to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. Joe Martone in studio with us.
Morning, Tom.
Joe, building is still going on all over, even during the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
And none more than going on top of the world.
Oh,
Second time in less than a week, King Colin stood in a cleared dirt field off Southwest 80th Avenue, welcomed dignitaries for a groundbreaking ceremony for a new project. Oh, yeah. On a warm Tuesday morning, Collins broke ground on a construction of a $30 million natatorium, an indoor aquatics complex that organizers are calling FAST, Florida Aquatic Swimming and Training. Tuesday's event came just a few days after Friday's groundbreaking for the NAA Colin Academy, a $2,400 million charter school that Colin hopes to open in 2020 near the natatorium off Southwest 80th Avenue. He wanted to build the aquatics complex because Marion County's only other one is an aging and needs to be closed. The facility, the Newton A. Perry Aquatic Center, is owned by the College of Central Florida. So broke ground within 5 days each other, broke ground on a charter school and a natatorium out there on top of the world. You know,
that's going to be so big, the Olympic hopefuls
can come train there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not on top of the world and Stone Creek out there. They're not going to end up being as big as the villages, but we're going to have like a mini villages right out on the Southwest 200 corridor.
I hate to tell you, I've been up into the facility up there at the top of the world in the corporate offices, and on his wall, he has projections of what's going to be, and it is phenomenal. Right now, it's about 75 degrees outside. It's going to be high again of 88. Yes, we live in Florida. No rain forecast for today so far that I know of.
There is a 10% chance, but the humidity factor will be in the 90 percentile, which will make 89 degrees feel more like 95 or 96.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We live here for a reason, and the heat is the reason.
That's it.
What's the temperature in Connecticut right now?
I didn't look. I could give you that.
Yeah. I bet it's colder than it is here.
I can give you. Let's see if it works. Let's go to Mills River, North Carolina.
There you go.
Pouring rain, 64 degrees.
Which is cold.
Yeah. Orlando at 79. Campobello, South Carolina. Pouring rain, 64 degrees.
There you go.
West Palm is 82. Oops. I went too far. Sorry. New Haven, Connecticut.
There we go. What's the temperature?
Raining, 48.
See? And that's why you live in Florida.
48.
That's why you live in Florida.
48.
Now, you were right. You were near New Haven, right?
I born and raised in New Haven.
By the way, everything in Connecticut is near something else in Connecticut.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the biggest state in the world.
No, but it is pretty.
It is a pretty state.
Oh, you can drive all over the place.
The nutmeg state, as it were.
Elms, yeah. 57 of the high today at 5 o'clock. And then the low tonight will be about 48 degrees again. So... But rain all day long.
You know what? Who's about to get more rain?
28 degrees Friday at night.
You know who's about to get more rain? Is the folks along the Gulf Coast corridor from New Orleans, Louisiana, all the way to the Panhandle.
Oh, the hurricane.
Hurricane Zeta.
Yeah.
It come across the Yucatan Peninsula. It is now back out in the Gulf. It is a Category 1 hurricane with 85 miles an hour winds sustained. Gusts.
It's a baby. Okay.
It's expected to strengthen to a Category 2 before making landfall.
So that'll be about 100 miles an hour?
It's about 100 miles an hour. It's moving very fast for a storm. It's moving 17 miles an hour. That's getting it. That's getting it.
That's good.
It's going to
actually see the cloud go by.
Going to make landfall, they predict, somewhere between the Mississippi Delta and the New Orleans, Louisiana metropolitan area. Around 6 p.m. today. 6 p.m. tomorrow, Wednesday.
Well, today's Wednesday.
Oh, today is Wednesday. So today. Yeah, I'm thinking today's Tuesday. For some reason.
I did that too. I pulled up. I said, "Where's Carol Ann's car?" Wait a minute. No.
She was here yesterday. She was here yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so and this is the third named hurricane to hit that area this year.
Aren't they special?
And
they know, people that live there know.
And it's the Mississippi Delta, so it's below sea level. I mean, it's just it's not a good situation.
If I had ever had to move there for whatever reason, and I had to put my home, and I had enough money to build a home, of course it'd be on stilts. It would be, they would go down at least 10 foot down into the ground, at least minimum.
Right.
They would be at least 24 inches in diameter.
Certainly.
All right. And the house would be round.
Yeah. So the wind would go
Around
it. Yeah.
It would be a round house.
If I had,
I mean, when I say round, not just
I love.
round, I mean over the top too.
Don't get me wrong. I love where I live in Central Florida, but I'm a real big fan of the Biloxi, Mississippi to New Orleans, Louisiana area.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
I just am.
It's beautiful, yeah.
But it's a visit only. I would never want to live there because the same reason I'd never want to live at Wrightsville Beach or Nags Head or the Outer Banks of North Carolina. The two spots that get hit more by hurricanes than any other places on the planet are the Mississippi Delta area between Mississippi and New Orleans and the Outer Banks and Nags Head and Wrightsville Beach and all in North Carolina.
That's it.
Because of the way the Gulf is shaped and it pulls it back, it takes it out in the Gulf and pulls it back into the United States.
Yeah, pulls it right back.
Or the way the country's shaped, so Florida and Georgia and South Carolina create a natural bow, so storms don't get caught in that natural bow very often. They get in the Gulf Stream and go up into North Carolina.
That's true.
People don't think North Carolina. People. When you tell people in Florida, where you really don't want to live for hurricanes is North Carolina. They're like, what?
The coast of North Carolina.
What do you mean? Hurricane Andrew in Miami, horrible storm, lots of destruction. Charlie, come up to. I understand that. We have catastrophic storms in Florida. I get that.
Yes.
They have, and we have them. It was quiet for a while. In 2004, we had a bunch, and then it was quiet for a while. Now, for the last 2 or 3 years, it's been busy again in Florida. It's busy like this every year in North Carolina and the Louisiana area.
Oh, yeah.
Every year,
Sure.
It's busy like this.
Oh, this.
And by the way, you know where the storm's going to go? The storm Zeta that's coming on shore in Louisiana and Mississippi?
No.
Do you know where it's projected to go offshore at?
Where?
North Carolina.
Oh, well, there you go. Speaking of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Baton
Rouge. And New Orleans there. And New Orleans, stopped there, and I was a tourist. I did the tourist thing.
No.
Yeah. I even went on the paddle boat, the big paddle boat that goes down the Mississippi. And I picture myself as a fairly educated man. I know a lot about everything, quote unquote. And I knew the Mississippi was a shipping lane kind of thing, but I did not fathom the volume of tankers and barges.
Oh, yeah.
And
big boats.
Oh, big. And I actually watched them offloading sugar from one of them on, I think it was, the brand is irrelevant. But they didn't pump it off. The big claw would grab it, and you see
scooping
it out, and all the sugar is falling back into. Then it stopped. Then it would go over and let go of it, and I'm going, holy moly!
Yep.
But who knew there was a Ford dealership? I mean, a Ford factory on the Mississippi for the war, and they were building it with the steering wheels on the other side. Being shipped overseas. It's now defunct, but it's still
there. The bones are still there.
The bones are still there, but the ships are docked in the middle or close to the middle of the Mississippi. Then the harbor master says, okay, now you can go forward, you can go over there. He directs them.
Certainly, like a traffic cop.
Right, and they can only stay so many hours in a certain area, blah, 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 blah. I'm going, wow. And we were there going, because largely the man that runs I can't think of the paddle boat. Starts with an N. The Nebbits.
I don't know.
Whatever. He has to have clearance to go.
Natchez or something like that.
Yeah, he has to go down. He goes down just so far, then he does a U-ey and comes back.
Right.
But the captain does not stop talking, and it is not just blah, blah, blah. It is dang interesting.
Right.
About all the things that are going on, and that's just that one little.
Certainly.
10-mile stretch that he goes on.
It's a great time to go to New Orleans. Hey, speaking of this land of ours, we got to make up some time because yours truly forgot to run something. So we're going to take time out. We'll be right back after this short break on I almost said it. On Ocala Talks, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
How to recycle your pumpkins after Halloween. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
Welcome to the All In for Citrus podcast.
There's a new resource available that brings all of Florida's citrus research together, delivering it right to you on your computer, phone, or tablet. Introducing the All In for Citrus podcast from UF IFAS in partnership with Southeast AgNet. The monthly series spans the Sunshine State with research project updates from the UF IFAS statewide citrus team. Listen to the latest episode by searching All In for Citrus on iTunes, your favorite podcasting application, or at citrusindustry.net.
This is my farm, and on it I'm raising corn. I'm raising soybeans, and sometimes wheat. I'm raising chickens, and a few horses. I'm raising catfish and crappies down at the pond. But above all that, before everything else, I'm raising my kids.
Your parent first, farmer second. Do all you can to make your farm safe for children. Visit cultivatesafety.org for help protecting the most important thing you will ever raise.
Once all the trick-or-treating is over, you may be wondering what to do with all of your Halloween pumpkins. According to the Energy Department, about 1.3 billion pounds of pumpkins end up in landfills. When jack-o'-lanterns may be looking a little shriveled and sunken, they can still be useful. Toasted pumpkin seeds make a healthy snack, and you can use fresh pumpkin puree in any recipe that calls for the canned version. Keep in mind that 2.5 pounds of pumpkin is equivalent to about 15 ounces of canned pumpkin, the standard grocery store can. There are plenty of places that may take them off your hands as well. Donate leftover pumpkins to zoos, animal shelters, farms, or community gardens. You can also turn Halloween pumpkins into a bird feeder. Just cut a pumpkin in half horizontally and empty the cavity and fill it with birdseed. Either leave it out as is or hang from a tree with several lengths of thick twine or rope wrapped underneath the base. Pumpkins also make a great addition to your compost pile. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Today will be warm and humid with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Look for a brief shower this afternoon, high 87 to 90. Partly cloudy and humid this evening, low 72 to 76. Then Thursday will be warm and humid with a mix of clouds, sunshine, and a high of 88 to 90. Partly sunny and less humid on Friday, high Friday 81 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks.
That was a longer break than you usually take there.
Well, we had to take care of this land of ours.
No, I was talking about the music running.
Oh, well, that's because I was looking for, searching for something.
I don't like the music running longer than 30
Well, I like the music, though, the bass and everything.
Well, I love the bass, yeah.
Joe, you voted yet?
Yes, I did it yesterday.
You did it?
15 minutes. I went to the Bellevue library, and I voted there, and it was like, I went in lines, and the line was like a circle. I said, I'm going to be here forever. Nope, 15 minutes. I was in and out, and bip-a-da-bap-a-da-boop. They give them their license. I'll give them credit. They give you a license. They look it up, your name and everything, your address, everything comes out on a little screen. Then she says, sign here. And when you sign it, it really works because as you sign it, it grabs it, and you don't look like you were a doctor. Some of the signing things, no matter how nice and neat you go, it comes out scabalad in Italian. In English, that means all mixed up. But their scanners grabbed it and looked like my signature. And the young lady that was behind the counter there, she grabbed it and looked at your license and compared them, make sure they match. And she says, okay, and it printed out a little receipt that she puts in her little box that says you're actually there, and then the big ballot gets printed. because the ballot is anonymous, so no one knows who you are or whatever. And then you go in the little booth, and she said there's 2 pens there, so you don't have to worry. And there's places, so if you are you need to sit, they have a place to sit to fill them out or to stand and fill them out. I took my time and I filled out the ballot, and I brought my sample ballot in my back pocket just in case I had forgotten which way I wanted to vote, because you needed to read them.
Right, especially with the amendments and all. You need to have your sample ballot.
I needed to read them, so I finished reading them all and everything. So I had it as a backup. I didn't need it. I remembered what I was going for and everything, and to whom I wanted to vote.
So you're part of history. It remains to be seen whether or not early voting and mail-in voting has changed the way Americans vote in elections forever. But record-breaking turnout is already making history. With a week until Election Day, 1 week to go, not only have more people already cast ballot in this year's presidential election than voted earlier absentee in the 2016 race, the total has surpassed 50% of all the votes in 2016.
There you go.
So 50% of all the people that voted early voting, mail-in, and in person on day of election, we've already surpassed 50% of what voted in 2016 election.
I will not do a mail-in. I don't trust the mail with this. I'll put it the other way. I trust the mail. I don't trust the people handling it. The reports, things found on the side of the road, a girl throwing the stuff into the dumpster and all that. No.
68 million ballots have already been cast through mail-in and early voting.
Now, I understand if you had a mail-in and you wanted to fill it out and you decided you could still go to the post office, listen to me, go to the library and you could still hand it to them.
Right.
And they'll put it in.
Right.
They'll put it in.
Here's the crazy thing. In Texas, it's a state with historically low voter turnout. Voters have cast an eye-popping 7.8 million ballots already. That's 86.9% of all the ballots that were cast in 2016 in that state.
There you go.
The Lone Star State leads the country in both votes cast and turnout in comparison to their 2016 totals. They narrowly edge out Hawaii in that percentage. California trails Texas with 7.4 million votes cast, 50% of their 2016 turnout, followed by the great state of Florida. 6.4 million have voted. 67.1% of all the people that voted in 2016 have already voted in 2020 in Florida.
In Florida, oh yeah, it is going to be. You were saying earlier, like, oh, you might know by 3 a.m. No, you're
never going to know. No,
2 weeks after we're going to be.
Here's crazy. Democrats have cast 51% of all ballots reported, compared with 25% from Republicans. But Democrats, that lead is shrunk because Republican ballots are starting to come in now. But Democrats typically do absentee and mail-in voting more than Republicans. Republicans, GOP people show up on the day of voting. So is that because Democrats want to get their vote counted earlier, or because dead people vote and people shouldn't be voting?
That's what went through my mind. Is it real people that are voting? Is it dead people that are voting? Is it the dog that's voting?
Northport, Florida.
Okay.
Just below Sarasota, down by Venice. I know for a fact, because I saw it with my own eyes.
Tell me.
Person that has been passed away for quite a while.
Okay.
Got their mail-in ballot in the mail.
Yeah, there you go.
I know this to be factual. I saw the ballot.
Take a picture of it?
No, because the people that had it didn't want a picture taken of it.
Not them, but the picture
and they
of the ballot.
They disposed of the ballot. And
I would have taken a picture of it and say, this is our system not working.
Yeah, they properly disposed of the ballot.
They're honest.
Yeah.
But get the dishonest one and say, or how many, now, I don't know if this has ever been done, but you get a homeless guy, and this guy is dead, and here you go vote.
Yeah.
Go fill it out, vote. Now, you can't go into a polling booth in a polling place and vote because they ask for your driver's license.
But you could drop it off at a box or something.
Exactly.
And by the way, don't think for a minute that I'm saying that Democrats cheat in the voting process. Because, by the way, given the opportunity, Republicans to cheat just as quick.
I would probably say
it's
so.
all about winning.
So
it no longer is about
what
what's
do
right.
they say? Vote, and vote often.
Yeah, vote early, vote often.
Yeah, what?
It's just, and it happens every election cycle. And here's what else aggravates me about the election cycle.
What?
You know as well as I do, there are teams of lawyers on both sides of the aisle ready to go to court and try to dispute the outcome if it isn't the outcome they want. Teams of lawyers trying to get injunctions, and they're doing it already, trying to get, the lawyers for the Democrats are trying to get it extended on how long you can accept mail-in ballots. And the Republicans are trying to say, shut it off, shut it down. We don't want the mail-in ballots. If they don't get in by a certain time, shut it off. And the Democrats are saying with the COVID-19 and... No. What they're saying is COVID-19 with less people at work at the Postal Service because people have been furloughed and all, it takes longer.
Nope.
I don't know if they got a valid point or not. All I know is
no valid point.
If it's not received by 7 p.m. on the day of voting, when the polls close, it shouldn't be counted.
Yeah.
Because I can't. Here's the thing. You're telling me a mail-in ballot should be counted the next day. I can't show up at a poll the next day and say, hey, I didn't get to vote yesterday. I want to vote today.
There you go. You've got time to mail in your bill that you owe.
Oh, yeah.
You owe your gas bill. Oh, you got to pay it. Well, I'm going to mail it the day that I owe it. No, you mail it to get there a week before.
You know what you're not going to get if you mail it in the day that you vote? The day after you're supposed to with the gas, you're not going to have anything to cook with. We got about a minute to go. Hi, caller. Who's this?
Hey, shut your
radio off.
Yeah, the fear is that there will be thousands of absentee ballots posted at the last minute to jam the system.
Certainly.
They're trying to do that.
I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but that's the fear.
That is the fear. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, how can you jam the system, though?
Well, if you drop a lot of ballots in it all at once,
Well, they're still going to come through.
But as long as they're received by 7 p.m. on the
That's what I said. As long as they're received. So I'm saying we will not know who the president of the United States will be on November 3rd, 4th, or 5th. I'm predicting it'll take a week, maybe two, after it, before as the ballots are. What was it? The dangling, what you call it?
Chads.
The Chads. There we go. That were happening in Florida. How long did that? Look at
2 weeks.
There you go.
No. 2 months. They had to recount all about it, and they were looking at it with magnifying glasses.
Sure.
Okay.
So I mean,
2000. That's the 2000 election that a lot of people say Jeb Bush gave to his brother George Bush because Florida was the state.
Yes, supposedly.
It
It was the state. Yes, it was.
And here's the thing. Here's what people never want to admit this, but I'm telling you it's true.
Tell me.
Big business and big money, the billionaires of this world. Everybody says, the Republicans help the billionaires, the Democrats for the small people. Let me tell you something. You know why Joe Biden is the presidential nominee for the Democratic Party?
Tell me.
Because big business that support Democratic Party is okay with Joe Biden. Somebody goes, well, Donald Trump's not a politician. Let me tell you something. If big business wasn't happy with Donald Trump being the nominee, he wouldn't be the nominee. We don't get to choose a president. We choose between the two people that big money offer us up for president. And if you think we do anything else, come to the radio station. I'll sit you down, give you a civics lesson, and show you why you're, what's the word I'm looking for here? Wrong.
Well, the other thing is President Trump is not a politician.
No.
And
but for people to say he's not beholden to big corporations and big money. Look here. You don't think he needs to work in concert with GM, Ford, Facebook, AT&T? Yes, he does, because they're movers and shakers that can move the dial in this economy. So don't start with me on people say, he's not a politician. I know, but he knows he's got to work with these people.
He knows he's got to be a businessman. We're against the break right now. So
we are against the break.
So we're going to go, this is W.
No, we're not that close.
We're not that close?
No, we're not that close.
Okay, we got another 30 seconds?
No, we got about 4 seconds.
4?
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The Hunter Biden emails discovered on an abandoned laptop is now under investigation by the Senate Homeland Securities Committee. Joe Biden's wife Jill on CBS Sunday Morning says her family is off limits.
I don't think he should be attacking my family. My family is not fair game. Joe is running against him. That's different. Not my children.
Joe Biden repeatedly has claimed he's never spoken to his son about overseas business dealings. Whistleblower Tony Bobulinski on Fox News said that's a lie.
Or Joe Biden at a public debate referencing Russian disinformation when he knows he sat face to face with me, that I was traveled around the world with his son and his brother.
Looks like Hurricane Zeta is going to make landfall right through New Orleans in a few hours. The fifth named storm to hit Louisiana this year. Winds are reported at 90 miles an hour, and the storm surge is 5 to 8 feet above normal. USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I had begun to notice after 10 days with Balance of Nature, I felt better, more energetic, and believe me, for me, that's something because I have energy anyway. But as old as I am, that was really something to start really noticing. You know, we're all responsible for choosing what our attitudes are, but I had a better mental outlook. I mean, I always try to be positive, but there were subtle things in me that I began to notice. I just felt a difference with this.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
My fellow conservatives, I have an urgent message. Vote no on Amendment 3. This is Ryan Chamberlain with Save My Constitution. Amendment 3 will let liberals vote against conservatives in primaries. Liberals hope that Amendment 3 will water down conservative leadership in Florida's legislature so they can raise taxes and limit our gun rights. Let's stop their scheme. Vote no on Amendment 3. Paid electioneering communication paid for by Save My Constitution, 1700 North Monroe Street, Suite 11-